Hey, it's Bon Diesel doing a quick little division video for you. Really, just because I want to throw my voice into the pile because I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of clickbait crap about this. So today we got a notification from the division team that there was going to be a patch tomorrow, and if you looked at the post on the forums, it mentioned implementing title update 14. So then immediately a bunch of people started speculating all kinds of things because when the division community isn't told exactly what is happening, they just go straight to the extremes. And so this patch note soon is coming up. So everyone's saying, oh, it's the apparel event, which I said, that's what I thought it was as well. Oh, it's this, oh, it's that. Only for us to get this a few minutes later. Agents. With new content being actively developed for the game, our ambition has always been to continue to deliver the best The Division 2 experience for our dedicated players and newcomers alike. In order to achieve this goal, we have today made the decision to delay the upcoming apparel event as well as the February title update to a later date in 2022. While we understand that this news is disappointing, we strongly believe that this is extra time that will allow us to continue building towards our vision for the future of the Division 2. As we look to restart a more regular update schedule for the Division 2 moving forward, we want to build on the existing content and further polish our next update's core elements, including a new game mode, season narrative, and new features. Due to this delay, that means the PTS will also be delayed. Rest assured, it will remain an important milestone for the new timeline, as your feedback is extremely valuable to our support, to support us with the finishing touches of the update, to ensure our team will be able to focus all their efforts on this new timeline. We will be looking forward to resuming our communication closer to our new release date. On behalf of the whole team, we would like to thank you for continued support and understanding. Stay safe during the holiday season, the Division 2 development team. So, I'm mixed on this. The part of me that knows a bunch of these devs and appreciates, and even maybe has had some conversations about things that are going on. I get it. I understand it. The simple fact is, if it's not done, it's not done. And we don't want another The Summit situation where we clearly get content that needed a few more months, which is all too common. It seems like with all games that are coming out and that have come out in the last few years. And the simple fact is, if it's not ready, it's they can't just hit a button that says, "Oh, just kidding, it's ready." On the other hand, this is really frustrating, right? So some of the information I have is that this is all stemming from, and I think this has been talked about by a few people, but after Warlords, they did Warlords of New York as a DLC, but part of that development were the first 4 seasons. And the whole deal with that was that essentially they did all of that, and once they finished and shipped it, they moved on. They moved a lot of the Division team to other projects, and I believe it was mostly Star Wars. Because Season 4 was meant to be the end of the Division 2, as they've told us. Warlords performed extremely well, and Ubisoft decided, oh, just kidding, we want more content. But then that left Massive in a situation where they didn't have anyone left to put on new content for the Division 2. Thus why they are utilizing Ubisoft Bucharest to do a lot of the heavy lifting, while they have what sounds like a fairly small team left at Massive kind of leading the charge into this new content. So that's what they're talking about. It sounds like the idea is that whatever content they're making, theoretically there's going to be more after that. I honestly was just expecting this new mode, some new seasons, and then that was probably going to be it, but maybe not. Maybe it's going to be a more concerted effort than that. But obviously they aren't ready, and this kind of jives with some stuff I've heard recently, that that February date for new content was very hopeful. So obviously it was too hopeful, and now we won't be getting it until an undisclosed date later in 2022. The last thing I'll kind of say about this is I really do kind of think this kind of leads to a conversation of like, I hope whatever they're doing is going to seem worth it, both for them and for the players, because I mean, this is a long wait at this point. You know, we got, you know, the Warlords of New York, in my opinion, was the end of content for Division 2. Or at least the last major content. The seasons were fine. I played them and they were okay. Some were better than others, but you know, I only played a few hours a week, if that, during that time. So Warlords was the last time, and that was, you know, in March of 2020. And so now we're, you know, looking at, you know, basically 2 years without significant content, 2 years plus, more than likely. And there comes a point of like, this must be significant. They must have invested significant amounts of resources into this for them to feel like it's worth continuing, because honestly, I would assume this would just be canceled at this point. But it's not, or at least it's not yet, and it probably won't be if they're delaying it even more. So obviously a bummer. I can, you know, assure you that no one who's working on this is like, yeah, we got them, you know, screw those players. They're probably as frustrated as anyone is. But this is it's a weird look, man. It's a weird look on everything. I kind of, as much as I want more Division 2, as much as I want more story and more modes, and I want to have a reason to jump back in there and play, I just don't. I just start to wonder, like, you know, does it feel worth it? Is this a thing that, you know, they are they like really like excited to do this, or is this just like a, you know, just getting it out thing? I guess if it was, they would have just put it out and not worried about delaying it. But I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted. I feel for the devs. I feel for the players who are excited, including myself. But I just don't. I'm frustrated because this looks bad on Massive, and at the end of the day, the fault of this is on Ubisoft for essentially telling them to stop making Division 2, and then after they reassigned all of their resources, suddenly being like, oh, just kidding, we want more Division 2, and this is what happens. Highly frustrating for me, probably highly frustrating for the people who actually have to work on it. And I just I don't know, man. What I'll sign off with is, you know, don't be dicks to the devs. Don't be dicks to the people who are, you know, dispensing this info. It's not their fault. Please don't support. I'm sure there's already 15 videos up moaning and groaning. There's Twitter posts and Reddit posts going up and forum posts moaning and groaning like this, you know, this is the end of the world. There's a lot of good games right now. There's a lot of fun stuff to play. Go play other stuff and play this when it's done. That's my take, and you can take it or leave it, I guess. Otherwise, I don't know, check out my podcast. I'll talk about this in the coming week. The EchoCast, it's on all podcast providers. You can also check out my YouTube under Bond Diesel, where I talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Check out my stream, twitch.tv/Bond Diesel, and catch me on Twitter at Bond Diesel. I'm doing a giveaway of Logitech stuff, raising money for Extra Life, and that's where I'm going to sign off. So have a good rest of your week, and I will see you around.